happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, happy Sun Day, because it is so sunny outside and it is amazing and it makes me happy. So happy Sunday, happy Father's Day. I am Michelle Geeson. Welcome to Bariatrics and Tips. I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you for taking time out on this awesome Father's Day to hang with us and learn some new stuff. Hi Melissa, thank you. I am tuning in today from Western Michigan. Again, a very sunny day, a great Father's Day. My husband has had a great Father's Day so far, and I hope all the dads in your life have had so far so good the same. This is great because I'm actually going to serve what I'm making today for our Father's Day dinner. So it is such a wonderful thing to have all of this stuff prepared for you, but also prepared for our Father's Day feast. So I'm really, really grateful to my husband for all that he does for our family, and I am going to reward him with food today, which is not usually how I like to reward, but he has his favorites, and so I am going to live large. I'm going to try to cook small. I'm going to find flavor in all we do. Tonight's Father's Day feast will definitely have yogurt involved, but he chose fettuccine alfredo, so I can still make that on a sliding scale for myself and not feel deprived, and that's what I'm going to do. So anyways, rant over. My name is Michelle. I am your hostess with the mostest, and thank you once again for tuning in today. If you're new to our show, welcome. I hope you enjoy our time together because, as I say every week, I enjoy my time here so much. I love being able to show really good tricks and tips of the trade. You know, one thing we have in common is that we've all had weight loss surgery or we're gearing up to have weight loss surgery. And even if you're not either of those, even if you're just looking for overall wellness, or maybe you're looking to help control your diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever your journey regards, wellness is a huge part, and we are here to learn great ways to live large and cook small and find flavor in all we do. But you know, just because we're given this bariatric tool, it doesn't mean that we have to be deprived of eating well, okay? Food is a huge part of our lives, and it's here to stay whether we like it or not, so we just have to learn how to coexist with it. We need food to live. We don't need to live to eat, and it's just that simple. So here's my challenge. It's an ongoing challenge. Remove the word deprived from your vocabulary because there is no reason you should ever have to feel that way. Life after or before bariatric surgery, or life taking care of yourself, it's not meant to be spent wishing that we could have this or that. We can have fun with food. We can experiment. We can live large. I mean, this is our second chance at life, our second chance to turn our lives around. And for those of you that don't know, I had gastric bypass surgery 6 years ago in April of 2015. I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off. You'll often refer to April 22nd, 2015 as my rebirth day. And that's my day to celebrate. It's the day that I decided that I was going to take back my life, and I decided to make a permanent change to my lifestyle. And I hope that you look at your rebirth date and you look at it the same way, because we've all worked hard, and I know for me the journey has been good and bad and ugly. And do I have regrets? No, absolutely not. Not even during the really ugly, and there were many really ugly things, but what I do have is insight. I'm only human. I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, but the difference now is that I know the ways to spot and correct bad behaviors and mistakes before they completely spiral out of control. So I've dedicated Bariatrics and Tips to sharing the tips that I know how to live large while I cook small and find flavor in all we do, because those things are gonna give you that feeling of decadence and not being deprived, and that's what we're striving for. Okay, and it's worth the time and the effort. So is experimenting and trying new things. It's all worth it because I know I'm worth it, and I know that you're worth it too, okay? There's a lot of exciting things that are in the works for our Bariatrics and Tips page. So I just want to ask for your patience and support while we undergo these changes. If you could please like and follow our new and improved Bariatrics and Tips page. You will continue to have a front row seat for all the new exciting changes in format. I know that we're migrating to a new page, and really the truth of the matter is, with the things that I have envisioned for our group page, we simply grew out of that space. There were a lot of things that I wanted to do, and the private secret group format wasn't a thing that I could use for that. So we're slowly migrating over, and we hope to be completely transitioned by October 1st. So please hang with me and hang in there, and let's keep doing what we are doing, because we have created an amazing community of support. And I really, really am grateful. We are going to skip the Sunday spotlight today, just in the essence of time for Father's Day, and we'll kick it back off next week. I do want you to remember that Bariatrics and Tips is on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, and TikTok. So make sure that you subscribe accordingly. After this broadcast, it's going to be replayed on both the old page and the new page. It will be posted to my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to replay and watch all 19 episodes. This is episode number 19. We've been doing this for 19 weeks straight, and the reason that I can do what I can do is because of you. So I really appreciate the support. So let's go launch into our whole thing about yogurt. I was actually pretty reticent about this segment, because I'm like, well, how much can we actually talk about yogurt? But you'll be surprised, there's a lot to talk about. And yogurt, I realized in making all these preparations, it's a mainstay in my diet. A lot of the products that you'll see today are, again, they work for me. They are my favorite brands. They are my favorite go-tos. They are my favorite processes. But just because they're my favorites, I respect the right that it's not yours. I just want to give you a benchmark with what to make decisions, okay? So we've got 3 things that I'm gonna show you today. And the first 2 things I'm gonna show you revolve around yogurt and yogurt pudding. I found some really decadent ways to make desserts, especially after dinner, once the dishes are put away, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the couch and you're like, I'd like something sweet. What can I have? So before you eat your hand, and before you turn to making bad choices like I've done so many times before, it's really nice to have something sweet that can be a go-to that you can just rush the refrigerator, grab without having to think, and know that you're making good decisions. So the protein pudding, I'm gonna show you Greek yogurt pudding 2 different ways, and this was a little bit of an awakening for me. Because the way that I had been making pudding all this time compared to the way that I modified it are 2 totally different, have totally different like nutritional profiles, at least in my eyes. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is just our traditional way number 1, Greek yogurt pudding. And what you're going to do is you're going to get your favorite brand of sugar-free, fat-free instant pudding. This is chocolate. You can get vanilla or banana, whatever flavor you want. The sky is the limit. So you get your pudding, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna get your Greek yogurt. So you're gonna put 2 cups of Greek yogurt with 1 small packet of instant pudding. You are going to add a scoop of your favorite protein powder. Here's my demonstration. I used chocolate. And then you're gonna put, I think I put a tablespoon of sugar substitute in. You can modify that the way you want based on how sweet or how tangy you want it. I like a little bit of both. I like the tang of the Greek yogurt, but I also like the sweetness of chocolate pudding. And if I want something sweet after dinner, then I'm gonna probably put the sugar substitute in it. So, and then what I do is I keep on hand, I keep a little bit of milk on hand, just in case it gets a little too thick and you want to cream it up a little bit, then you can dilute it a little bit with your milk. And in this case, and for the nutritional profile here that I'm going to share with you, I used Fairlife whole milk. And for those that don't know, I use Fairlife whole milk a lot because I use it in place of coffee cream. And so it has that extra protein because it's a triple filtered milk, but it's got the creaminess. It's better than half and half. And so I like to have that on hand. Just bought a new container of it today. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna basically mix all the ingredients until it's smooth and creamy. And then I kind of added a little bit of sugar-free, fat-free Cool Whip and some chocolate chips to this for curb appeal for you, but also because it's absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna show you. Here's the pudding. And there. I'm getting closer and closer. And this is a serving. This is a half a cup of pudding. I am gonna taste it right now. It is really good. I can definitely taste the chocolate in it. So now I'm gonna tell you, if you eat this whole thing, which I'm probably gonna do, but I'll put it aside. That's way number one. That has 130 calories, 14 grams of carbs, a half a gram of fat, and 18 grams of pudding. So it's a really nice snack as far as calories. But what really shocked me when I was doing the nutritional profile was that I didn't understand why the carbs were so high. Because I, for one, I'm a reformed carb queen. And I cannot rule that kingdom again because that is the secret to my demise. And so I got really, really upset, and I was looking at the ingredients, and it turns out the culprit is the pudding. One serving of this pudding, 1/4 package dry, has 8 grams of carbs in it. The whole package says 14 grams. And so I was like, well, that's crazy to me. I've never really looked at sugar-free, fat-free pudding as something with carbs because you were always using the good milk or the good Greek yogurt. But turns out it's the pudding itself. So I developed, and I will tell you, this is the favorite Greek yogurt that I use. For those of you with a Costco membership, a Sam's Club membership, this is their Sam's Club version of Members Mark plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It's super thick. I think it's just as good, if not even better, than that brand name Fahe that I used to be obsessed with. And it's only it's less than $4 for this big, huge honkin' 40-ounce thing. So I just wanted to show you that too. But the second way that I developed the chocolate pudding or the pudding experience is to take 1 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt and mix it with 2 scoops of your favorite protein powder. Now, I did it this time, I did it in vanilla, and I'll explain why I did it in vanilla in just a minute. If you wanted to use cocoa, or if you wanted to use chocolate, I would do 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder, or 2 scoops of chocolate protein powder, and a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa, because the cocoa will give it like a darker, richer quality. And then you can use your sugar substitute to taste. So I'm gonna come around here. I wanna show you the vanilla pudding. This is basically vanilla Greek yogurt is what it is. And I have just the plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And then I have 2 scoops of vanilla pudding, or I am so sorry, 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder. I also put a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you need to be careful with the vanilla extract because, as you recall, the traditional vanilla extract is like a brown color. And that's fine, but if the more you use, the vanilla yogurt will look a little tinted, and that might not be as appetizing. But I actually used clear vanilla extract, and you can certainly buy that at the store. And that's how I made my extra protein fortified Greek yogurt. Hi Misty, glad you can make it. So what I did with this, because I already showed you the chocolate pudding cup, I wanted to show you how I make a yogurt parfait. using our protein pudding. So I want to come up and show you this protein yogurt. This is a layered yogurt parfait that I made just about an hour ago. It's got a scoopful of the vanilla Greek protein yogurt, a layer of chopped up blackberries, another scoop of the yogurt again, some fresh strawberries, and then a little whipped cream on top. So I'm going to show you how I did this, okay? But first, I'm sorry, I got to do it. I got to take a bite. Okay, you guys, this is one of the best things I've ever made. It ranks up there with my cheesecake. This is all fresh fruit, and it's not a lot. It's also not a lot of yogurt either. It's probably a little bit less than a half a cup. So this is how I make it. The first thing you want to invest in are some of these clear cups. And I know you can buy brand name ones. I bought the grocery store version. 40 of them cost me $3.50, which is great because I tend to make these for the family. And then we just put a little saran wrap above it on top, and we put it in the fridge. And then when anyone's hungry, you can just totally grab a parfait and have it. My husband will do his thing, and he'll put some granola on top. Whatever works. I mean, this stuff is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pretty generous scoop of vanilla Greek yogurt, protein Greek yogurt that I made, and I'll tell you the nutrition in just a minute. And you're just going to put it at the bottom of the cup, and then you're going to take a spoonful of your blackberry mixture or whatever fruit. I actually wanted to get blueberries today, and funny story, the blueberries, they had like a flat pint of it in a clamshell, and it said 2 for $5 on the sign at Meijer today. And when I went to go check out, it rang at $7.59, and I about had a stroke because I'm sorry. The way that I eat blueberries, there's no way I'm going to pay $7.50 for that when I know that in a couple weeks they're going to be 88 cents. So I let it go. So I did blackberries and strawberries, and I'll show you how I prepared the strawberries in just a minute. So now I've got my layers, and actually it probably makes more sense for me to come closer, wouldn't you say? So I've got the layer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another spoonful of my yogurt mixture. I don't want to drop it on the floor, so hold on. Okay. Put that on top of the blackberry mixture, so it looks like a nice layer. And then I'm going to switch over to my chopped strawberries. Thanks, Melissa. Trust me, they are so delicious. And I'm going to put that on top. And then you can round this parfait out with one more. And this was a half a cup, so I'm using exactly the proper serving size. And you can put it on top. And then this is where my husband would add granola. You could add flaxseed. You could add some hemp hearts if you want. But look at how beautiful that is. And then you can, if you don't want to eat it now, you can throw some saran wrap on it and put it in the fridge, and you can have it for dessert, which is what I'm going to do when everyone else eats ice cream. So that's the parfait, and let me tell you, the nutrition content for that is amazing. Let me review it with you. So remember, the first one I called Greek yogurt pudding, and this one I'm going to call Greek yogurt pudding low carb. And the nutrition facts for this is 108 calories, and this is just the yogurt. I'm sorry, we'll want to count the strawberries and the blackberries separately, but you're looking about 2 tablespoons of each, 0.6 grams of fat, 3.7 grams of carbs, and 25.5 grams of protein. And I do want to let you know that I did add, hold on. I added a scoop of Gene Pro to it. I forgot to tell you that too. I'm so sorry. No, I didn't. You guys, I'm losing my mind. The next recipe has the Gene Pro in it. This just has the protein powder and the Greek yogurt, which is why you have 25.5 grams of protein. So there it is. But I've got these recipes being posted at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock today. So you will be able to see them all in their entirety with the proper nutrition facts, okay? So that's the fruit. All I did was cut the strawberries and I rinsed them. I cut the green part off of it. And instead of chopping them up by hand, I used my my little manual food processor from Pampered Chef, because I know I've told you guys that I'm a self-proclaimed Pampered Chef addict. And this is just a really great tool. Not very expensive too. I believe it's less than $40. And it's very easy to wash and very easy to store. And all you do is put what you want in it, and you can totally chop anything. I've chopped nuts, I've chopped fruit. You can make guacamole with it. It's absolutely amazing. So if you're looking for something really cool, oddly enough, I'm having a Pampered Chef party, and today and tomorrow are the last days. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know on a side note. Send me a message and I can give you more information. But it's a very invaluable tool, especially when you want to get something chopped up quickly and you don't want to take the time to get the Cuisinart or the Ninja or whatever. This is just a really great way to do that. And that's how I chopped up all my fruit. And I'm gonna put the lids back on here, and then we'll be good to go on that end. But that's how you make yogurt pudding a couple different ways. And really, because you're dealing with the Greek yogurt and the protein powder, you're getting a pretty substantial amount of protein in a smaller portion, and chances are you'll probably be fuller a lot faster too. So it might even be something where you eat half of it and just throw the rest back in the fridge and have it when you're hungry again. Remember, we always want to eat until we're 80% full. We don't want to overeat and get sick. And just a good trick, okay? So let me put these in the fridge real quick and get them out of the way. And then I want to talk to you about one more yogurt recipe that I swear by. Such amazing stuff. You can use yogurt for just about anything. And the way that I'm going to show you now is I made this creamy herb Greek yogurt salad dressing that seriously is one of my favorite things of all time. Now, you want to make sure that you have like a dedicated bottle or carafe or whatnot, because you do want to make sure you keep it in the refrigerator because it's yogurt based. If it's not yogurt based, if it was just a mixture of oil and vinegar, you could certainly keep it on the counter or in the pantry. But this is my my classic creamy herb Greek yogurt dressing. Let me come a little bit closer and show you. Hopefully you can see it through the carafe. Very creamy, very, very well mixed. It's got some really good herbs in it that I'll show you. And the really good thing about it is that I assembled it in this carafe. This is another Pampered Chef obsession. This is their mixing. I don't even know the technical term for it. Sherry, if you're watching, tell me what the technical term for this is. It's just like a salad dressing mix and pour, I think. But it has all these different measurements here, and it even has two recipes on either side printed on the carafe. It has one for a simple vinaigrette dressing and one for a simple creamy dressing. Kind of similar to what I'm about to show you, but different because this is my recipe and I love it. But this just goes to show you what you can use with Greek dressing, okay? So what I have here is I started off with a half a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and again, this is my yogurt. I put the half a cup in here, and then I used a tablespoon of either white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar. And this time around I opted for champagne vinegar. It's really nice and crisp, and it's gonna pair well with the 2 tablespoons of lemon juice that I'm adding to the mix. I did add a scoop of Gene Pro because why not? You cannot even taste the protein powder in this bad boy. It's such a great secret weapon to be able to add that unflavored, low-calorie, high-protein Gene Pro. I just love it. I added a half a teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper. I added a half a teaspoon each of dill and thyme. And then the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of honey. And for me, I substituted it for Splenda sugar. And I did it 2 teaspoons. I just did it teaspoon for teaspoon. And then a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic, and then a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And then the great thing is you put it all in here and you screw it on really tight, and then you can mix. And it's not coming through. I actually shook it upside down and it shook pretty well. I get so scared, but it held out really nice. And it mixes into an amazingly creamy vinaigrette yogurty dressing that's super light and crisp. And I'm all about the lemon. So I'm gonna come around again. I actually have my salad that I made. Let me show you my salad. There's my salad. And now I can pour, and again, you really only need to use this sparingly because a little bit goes a very long way. So I'm gonna pour it, and then I'm gonna try and show you what it looks like. It is super good and super flavorful. And now this is the part where I take a big bite and make a fool out of myself, but I'm doing it, I'm going in. The dressing is so good. It is so good that I might cry. Yeah, it's a winner. It's a winner. It's a great salad dressing recipe, and it's one that I don't like to be without too much, so I keep it in the refrigerator quite a bit. And that recipe will be posted as well too. So that's what I have for you today. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to chirp in. I thank you so much for taking time out of your Father's Day festivities to watch this. And if you're watching this on a replay, welcome, and thank you so much for taking time out in that respect. I thought about postponing it or making it yesterday or just canceling it altogether, but I chose not to because number one, yesterday we had a lot of graduation parties to go to, and number two, I like sticking consistent because that way you guys know that we're always here at 2 o'clock Eastern time. It just makes the most sense. So thank you for being here. You'll be able to catch the replay on our group page, both of them right now. Please remember to like and follow our new bariatric page and encourage everyone you know to participate because if they're supporting you, then they belong with us, okay? On the docket for next week, we've got It's All Greek to Me, and that's gonna be an amazing segment where I make a lot of, I haven't really solidified the menu yet because there's so many things that I love to make, but I have a few good ones that I'm totally going to share with you, and the recipes will be very worthwhile. So make sure you tune in next Sunday, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We're doing good on time. My dog's at the groomer, which is why you didn't hear me or hear him today begging at my feet. So I got to go pick him up at the groomer. And then come home to make our Father's Day festivities. And I hope that you have a great rest of the day. If you are posting or if you're cooking tonight, post your meals. I can't wait to see what you got, okay? But thanks again, and have yourself a fantastic Sunday, okay? Bye.